Hi everyone. We are here at my home in Gatito. I'm Karofi Njai, and I do a product called the Kibuyu. And I have seminars that I conduct in my home that are called Kibuyu Fest. We've had several Kibuyu Fests. We've had Kibuyu Fest 1, and lastly, I think in July, we had Kibuyu Fest 6, and now we are going to have Kibuyu Fest 7 this coming weekend from Friday evening on the 3rd to the 5th of on Sunday. Um, During Kibuyu Fest, we talk about so many things. One of the things that we talk about is these products that you can see here. One of them is this one called the Kibuyu, the liquid format. This one is made up of very different kind of herbs that are boiled together, like you can see here. Here is one of the plants that is part of that decoction. This plant is called Modega in Kikuyu. It's Wabugia Ugandanesis in botanical. It's very good with when you have a problem with your teeth. You can just chew it if your teeth have a problem. It's even used as a toothbrush, but it is also very good. When you make it into a decoction, it's one of the best plants that you can use. It has a lot of anti-cancerous properties. Uh, as well, we have something that looks like napier grass, but this is what we call lemongrass. Lemongrass is very good with respiratory issues. It is also good as it's a good appetizer, and it's a great detoxifier. It's part of what we've used here, and we've boiled. We also have goatweed here. Uh, this goatweed is what we call gazenge in Kikuyu. And we have two types of bearded goatweed. One has this kind of flowers, the other one has the purple kind of flowers. The bearded goatweed, we normally use the leaves to put on an open wound. You can take the leaves, just pluck the leaves like that, and then you crush them. Then you put the juice in an open wound. But it is quite irritating, but it is even good. It is even anti-tetanus. The other type of goatweed, you have the other type of goatweed here. Here it is. Yeah, as you can see, it has a different kind of flowers than now this one. But they are basically the same, and they do the same thing. And they are also very good with the libido. That is why in English it's called the honey-bearded goatweed, because it actually does make you really honey. And so is the Mexican marigold. The Mexican marigold is what we call mufangi in Gikuyu. This one is also very good with, it has a lot of anti-cancerous properties. You can actually use the leaves of this one if you just wrap them like that, and then you do something like that, just crush them. And then you put them on your nose like this. The smell, once it gets into your head, when you have a headache, it gets rid of the headache. It's a very, very good painkiller. It also has a lot of libido as well. We have horseweed here, what we call in Gikuyu, we call this one Moroganake. It's also called Muguruka by Madera people. It has very many names. It's also called Morera Gaba. Because Gamba in Kikuyu is tilled land, and when you leave your land fallow for a while, this is one of the weeds that you find there in plenty. Horseweed is very good with respiratory issues. It's very good with skin problems. You can use it in your bath water. You can boil it and take a bath in it. When you have eczema, You can actually use the leaves. You crush the leaves, and then you use lard, the hii mafuta ya nyama ya nguruwe, so that you can apply it on ringworms and eczema, and even it has even worked very well with dialysis. I used it some years ago. I used it with a lady who had a very big problem with dialysis. So horseweed is it's an amazing herb, and so are all these herbs like wild lettuce. Here we have wild lettuce. Wild lettuce. Here, it's what we call modonga, and we have different kinds of wild lettuce. These are wild lettuce that is very succulent, like this one. Then there's another one that is not that succulent, but all of them they have a lot of anti-cancerous property. This one is the Darian in other books, but most other books will tell you the Darian is something completely different. But once you come to use it, you realize it is actually just the same family with the Darian. It is natural insulin. So all these plants, plus many others that you, for those of you who will come for Kibuyu Phase 7, we visit the bushes and the roadsides, and we keep learning all these different kind of plants. And what is used now, that is boiled, and then it is it develops a liquid like this, which you then add honey. The honey comes in as a preservative, although honey by itself is basically is actually dawa. Now, this kibuyu, we give it out normally in these 5 liter containers or jerry cans. This one goes for 3,000 shillings. We have another bigger one, which is a 10 liter one. This is my original product. This is what I made the first time. Later, I powdered the product. So these same plants are the ones that are now dried and then cut into small pieces, and then they are powdered. Then they develop a product that looks like this. This is what you use as herbal tea. You boil it and then you take it as a tea. This powdered product, you can even do a lot of other things. It's quite versatile. I've seen a lot of people use it in soups, in food, in so many kind of different things. And it has really helped in healing on on so many things. Actually, this one is a very popular product for the people who are outside Kenya, out there in America, in Europe, and those other places. They really love this particular product. Now, after we powdered the product, we later encapsulated them, and we made them into capsules. Now, in here we have capsules. The capsules look like that. It is just that powdered form now encapsulated. Uh, this container this container has 90 capsules, and this container is what we normally sell for 5,000. The capsules are used as 1 times 3 per day, so the 90 capsules you can use them for a month. It's also been a very effective kind of a product. And I had forgotten to talk about this particular product. This one comes in 1 kg containers. Then it has a packet of half a kg, and then there's a packet of quarter of a kg. Now, a kg of this goes for 6,000. Half a kg goes for 3,000, and a quarter of a kg goes for 2,000. It's a product that, like I've said, that has been used by so many people on very many different kind of diseases. Then we've um, we've then developed a cream. Here we have a cream that is made up of this cream has 20 It has 25 different kind of herbs that deal with pain, joint pains, and also deals with skin ailments. Now it's a cream, like you can see. So this is what people, use it on your skin if you have skin issues like eczema, or if you are having joint pains. It's very good with arthritis and things like gout and issues like that. We've used it quite often. It's made of the herbs are steamed, but they are steamed with different kind of oils. We steam it with castor oil and olive oil and also coconut oil and eucalyptus oil and glycerin and what else? We have about 5 different kind of oils inside there, and then we have bicarbonate soda as well because it helps in even alkalining the joints, because most of the times when you're having joint pains, there's plenty of acidity within the joint, and it can go through the skin and helps in alkalining the system. So all these kind of plants, plus all these products, is what we'll be talking about during Kibuyu Phase 7. The other thing that we'll be talking about is nutrition. Our people have a lot of problems with nutrition, particularly the Kikuyus. The Kikuyus, like me, we have to actually unlearn, a lot of things about food. We take too much. We have an overindulgence in meat. We have to take care of that. We are taking too much wheat and too much processed sugar, and at the end of the day, it has really messed us up. As you can see, we have diabetes, we have hypertension, we have arthritis, we have cancer, we have all these kind of diseases, and part of the biggest problem that we have got to do with nutrition. So we'll be talking about nutrition also during Kibuyu Phase 7. We'll also be talking about stress and stress management. And there, that's where we talk about Afrocentric thinking. I keep saying you cannot talk about black people's issues, particularly when it comes to health, without talking about the colonial experience and the slavery experience for our black American brothers and sisters and the people in the diaspora. Because it is the experience that we've had with slavery and the experience that we've had with colonialism that has changed our food, changed our diet, changed our fashion, and changed our way of thinking. So we have to go back to the thinking of our forefathers and the thinking of our ancestors, and go back to what we'd call African spirituality. But African spirituality in itself is too broad. You cannot talk about African spirituality because Africa is made up of very many cultures and traditions. So if you want to learn African spirituality, you have to specialize it to specific community within Africa. I normally practice Gikuyu spirituality, although I've borrowed a lot of ideas even from other communities in Africa. I've borrowed a lot of info from Black American brothers and sisters. I've borrowed a lot of info from the Kemetian civilization. I've borrowed a lot of ideas even from the Imbo and the Yoruba in Nigeria. And even from our Kenyan communities here, I've learned a lot from the Kambas, from the Ruos, from the Ruyas, quite a number of things that have improved on my spiritual issues and my spiritual approach. So all these things we will talk about them during Kibuyu Fest 7, and therefore we are inviting you this weekend for Kibuyu Fest 7. The charges are 10,000 per person because we have to eat, we have to do bonfires, we have to do all these kind of things. The logistics that got to do with it are quite expensive, but we are trying as much as possible just to give a fair charge so that our people can learn. Because at the end of the day, what we want is our people to learn how to heal themselves and how to live an easier, more practical and reasonable kind of a lifestyle that doesn't give them a lot of diseases and a lot of pain. So, for those of you who will attend Kibuyu Fest 7, I'm sure you'll come out here having learned a lot of things. We also, during Kibuyu Fest, we also do a herbal bath. There are quite a number of the plants that are used within this ointment here are also boiled for you people, so that on Saturday morning you can have a herbal bath, and on Saturday morning you can have a herbal bath, and it goes with some spiritual incantations that really help people. Most of the people who come to Kibuyu Fest, by the time they are done, their spiritual aura is always very, very clean. And that one is can be testified by so many people who have attended all those Kibuyu Fests that we've done. And therefore, even this one will just be the same. Specifically, we made this particular Kibuyu Fest for there's so many questions that I get online. I've tried, the best I can to teach on so many forums. I've taught for the last 5 years on Facebook, and I've taught all these kind of plans, and I've taught our people even on how to think, on how to approach life. I've taught so many things. I've taught on Telegram. At one time I had a WhatsApp group that met some whirlwinds. I had to simply close it. I have taught on YouTube. I have a channel on YouTube called Karofia Wanjai, so you can even visit my YouTube channel. You can learn a lot of things from there. I'm not very good with these media things, so I'm not so strong on Instagram, TikTok, and all these forums. Basically, mainly I'm on Facebook. You can always find me on Facebook. My Facebook page is Karofi Njai, and I have a group on Facebook called 50 Local Central Kenya Hubs with great healing ability. You can visit the group. There is plenty of information there about all these kind of plants around Mount Kenya that I use for healing. I have another group called African Granary, and they are with the different kind of teachers like Mamburo Mungai and many others. We have tried as much as possible to teach our people on African history, and we are trying to bring our people back to back to African thinking, because at the end of the day, we have no option. We simply have to come back to who we were before we met this big accident of the colonial experience. And this is what this is what I'm all about. I always tell people, I'm not a herbalist. I'm an Afrocentric educator. I'm trying to bring our people back to who they were before they got this big accident of the colonial experience. I'm trying to teach our people to go back to their own greatness. I was talking to some people over the weekend, and we were talking about what has happened to us, particularly as the Gikuyu. And we were looking back at just 2 generations ago. You cannot imagine that our grandmothers and our grandfathers didn't have arthritis, didn't have diabetes, didn't have hypertension, didn't have cancer, didn't have lupus, and all these kind of diseases that we are talking about. It has taken us only 2 generations to get into the mess we are in. We are in real shit. If I can't find another better word of describing it. This is a real quagmire, and we have to come up with a way of getting ourselves out of this madness. Because at the end of the day, even the way we are being treated by the medical model, actually they are literally poisoning us and literally killing us. And if we don't wake up and realize the kind of mess that we are in, and if we don't wake up and realize that a group of people, as very a small group of people, is out there to eliminate us, we'll continue singing, some other people's songs. The Ikoyo say, arĩa makũnyita gĩkũyũ tondũ ndĩkĩrĩ mũgĩkũyũ ndĩ mũnjirũ wa mbarĩ ya gĩthĩnji ndĩmũ ihua na ethaga ya mbarĩ ya kanyi tugaga na gĩkũyũ tũkauga atĩrĩrĩ rwĩmbo nĩ rwa ciande karimũ kahiũrie ndina rĩu rĩ arĩa aingĩ rĩ gũkũ rĩ nĩ tũrimũ no ndina marahiũria gũkũ whereas haha twĩna rwĩmbo very very serious ta gĩkũyũ tũtirĩ na ũndũ ũngĩ no nginya tũcoke maũndũ-inĩ maitũ na no nginya tũcoke kũmenya magongona maitũ na tũmenye mwĩcirĩrie witũ ta gĩkũyũ otherwise ithuĩ nĩ tũgũkorwo tũrĩ andũ arĩkĩrie in the next 40 to 50 years agĩkũyũ magũkorwo na thĩna mũingĩ mũno koguo nĩ wega mũno andũ macoke gĩkwao hau nĩ ndamba gũcoka kĩmũciĩ kidogo. I have talked in French kidogo because sometimes I have to speak to my own people and you know I have to tell them that the reality is we are a cornered people and we have no option than to take a paradigm shifter and go back. This one has to be a 180-degree stand. We don't have any other option. And particularly, I'm not so bothered about the older people because, as they say, the older are just about to exit. But I'm so worried about the younger people. And I love it that the Gen Zs are doing very well. When I'm teaching these things, I've noted the young people are the ones who are excited. They want to learn how to make these decoctions, to make the cream, to make the capsules, to make the powders. The young people are so excited about these things and they really want to learn. And I'm doing a book. I think we'll read a bit of it during this Kibuyu Phase 7. I have a book that has 20 chapters. It's called The Making of an African Healer. And I've talked about all these kind of things that we are going through. I've talked about my experiences as an African healer. I've talked about, I even have testimonials there. I think I have about 20 or so testimonies of people who've healed from diabetes, fibroids, hemorrhoids, and all these kind of diseases. So all these things they are part of the book. I think we'll read a few chapters with the people who will come here for Kibuyu Phase 7, even before we publish the book and launch the book. So we continue teaching. We continue teaching until we have what my friend Elder Engineer Kingori Wadhofio keeps on talking about, until we have a critical mass, a group of people that understand, the kind of shit that we are in, so that we can be able to turn around this whole thing. It's been one person at a time, but as for me, I can say I've really had a big impact on our people. I can see people siku hizi wameelewa kukula kama buzi ni kusema nini. I can see even in our markets here in Nyeri, in Chaka, in Karadina, I've noted they even have things like these ones, like wild lettuce, like this one, as part of the vegetables that are being sold in the market. So I think slowly by slowly we are getting there. It's gonna take time, and we are ready for it. We are up to the task. We'll keep teaching. We'll keep pushing on this thing. We'll keep on pushing back the veil until our people realize the truth about holistic health management, because that is what I teach. I teach two things, and that is exactly what I'll be dealing with during Kibuyu Phase 7. It is holistic health management, what you call body, mind, and spirit, and Afrocentric thinking. So you are all welcome. My home is here in Nyeri, a place called Gatito. We are on the Nyeri Karatina Highway. Just before you get to Nyeri town, just 6 kilometers away from Nyeri town. That's where Gatito is. And my home is not very far from Gatito shopping center. So you can always come, and we talk about so many things. I actually have visitors almost on a daily basis. I've been doing this continuously, because what I've realized, if we are going to win this war we must deal with it like our forefathers did. This one, this one we must do it the Mau Mau way, because our forefathers decided this land will just not go with the British just like that. And they went into the forest and they did a very good job. I always say kudos. I'm always very grateful to my forefathers and what they decided to do. And even for this last part of the colonization, the last things of colonization that are within our minds, even this one, not Okwirutira, and we will do what we have to do until we are able to free our people from ill health and to free our people from diseases that are very easy to heal, like diabetes, and they are getting enslaved by being told that they have to take drugs for life, hypertension, they have to take drugs for life. Things like arthritis really make me mad because our people are given nothing but just mere painkillers. And nobody talks about food. Nobody talks about acidifying the body. Nobody talks about stress. Nobody talks about all the real issues that are causing these diseases. So you are welcome. You come and we learn. And from there, it is good because when you run and you see these plants and you smell them and you touch them, you will be also a good ambassador. You will also be talking to your people. I've had people come here and after running all these things, they've healed, entire villages. I have people like Jaga Irongo, who he comes from Koroine here, and he's done a marvelous job. I have people like Mwajiko Ikua, Mwagi, they have learned from me and they've done a very, very good job with it. I have people like my friend Anne Kericho from here. She's done a lot of magic with these plants. I probably don't buy that. But she's become very good. Actually, she's healed an entire village. She's become a village doctor, and this is what we are talking about. That we want our people to learn, so that they can also teach other people. Like I've shared, quite a number of videos on Facebook from my YouTube channel of the many teaching experiences that we've had and the many testimonies that people have brought back of how healed they've become and how they've even, learned these plants and went ahead and started practicing them. Because originally I was doing what we would call just bare meetups. But then I realized, the time is not enough. So I decided to do a Kibuyu Fest so that we can have at least enough time to learn all these kind of different things. So karibuni sana. Muje tusome na musome ndio mpone, sababu niyo kindu ndathura no arwaru. Asanteni.